This week's show brought to you by Frank Shoup, Georgetown's big name in cars. Georgetown Advantage Air, now locally owned and operated by Gene Thompson. Welcome everybody to the Scott County Boys Basketball Coaches Show with Coach Hicks. I'm your host Kal Oakes, and this is kind of the post-Christmas edition. The boys this week are down in Myrtle Beach at the beach ball, so we hope you'll check out the news graphic. We'll have updates from that tournament and all editions, and we'll talk to them about it when they get back next week. But we want to take this week to just kind of review where we're at in the regular season. We're recording this show before the last game that the Cardinals will play in Kentucky against Breathitt County, but after that game, you can kind of look back on the sort of the first semester, I guess, as they would say in college, and it's been a successful one.
It has, Cal, and it's a tribute to the kids we have coming back. You know, most of the kids all started and played last year, but you've got to keep growing. And what I'm excited about is this last couple of weeks, we've really grown. We've gotten better. I think we're getting players now. The park's in the right position to get the most out of them, and the guys that had to step in, like Glenn and Lorenzo and them, to enable us to move Cooper and Michael up the court more, they're also getting better. So we've got a big upside, Cal.
You're starting four sophomores right now,
right?
And that's the amazing thing, is that
and we can get better. And a lot of these sophomores, I think maybe one or two of them maybe held back, one of them maybe. But they're young sophomores. They're just 15, 16-year-old kids.
Mike just turned 16, I think. Isn't that crazy? I mean, talk about the season he's had. Because, I mean, I've seen some D1 players in my time. Not a ton from where I come from, but we would have one every year. But he's a guy that's already got a Division I offer. He's going to get more before it's over. His game is just so well developed for his age. It's so disciplined. It's amazing.
It's a tribute, Cal, to how hard he works with his ball handling and shooting and practice, and we all work on that. But Michael didn't get to be really good and then start slacking up. He got good and continued to get better with it, and continues to do so now. He's got a really good work ethic. He's a very smart, intelligent kid. Obviously, he's got good bloodlines. not every 16-year-old kid is as big and strong as he is, but he's a big kid that has learned to handle the ball and shoot the ball. And he brings so much to the table. And what I'm hearing, just talking to coaches around the state now, you know, walk up and say, Coach, I believe he's the best player in the state. Because it's hard to say he's the best, but basketball is a different kind of game. And, you know, a lot of, like Hollinsworth at Dunbar, is a really good player. And he's a guard. Of course, Michael, as far as he's a post player, and he plays inside and outside and everything. So, you know, Michael's probably a little better at some things, and Hollinsworth's better at some things. But he's in the mix. He's in the conversation now for being one of the better players in the state of Kentucky.
The body control to be able to block 9 shots in a game or whatever it was against Lafayette while committing 1 or 2 fouls, it's incredible.
he's a very smart player, and he continues to. He wants to know more about the game. You know, when you try to talk to him, you can appeal to his intelligence, his sense of reason. You don't have to really. Some players you got to play cat and mouse with them. You know, you just got to. You know, you got to feed them just enough, and then you shoot a lot of bull at them to get them into this and that. Michael's a kid you can just reason with it, and really this whole team is like that, and it makes it. I know I mentioned that earlier on here. It's so much more fun to coach when you can reason with them.
The thing I like about this team, and Michael kind of epitomizes, is they have fun playing this game. They don't seem to feel the pressure that people put on them. He doesn't seem to feel the pressure that people say, you're the best player in the state, or you're the best sophomore, or you're the best this, you're the best that. He comes up to the scorer's table, he's kind of hopping and bopping and saying, hey, Cal, how's it going? And, you know, he goes out there and he just enjoys himself.
You know, and that's something we tell from day one. The only pressure on you as a player is to see how hard you can play. And then if you do that, Cal, if you get that mindset, gosh, I'm going to play hard. Everything else will take care of itself. And I said before, you can, if you're really out there playing hard and busted and playing as hard as you can play, you can make mistakes and play right through them. Now, if you're out there not playing hard and you're loafing and you make mistakes will get you beat.
I like the subtle change that, I guess it's subtle in a way, but putting Glenn Covington at the point, and it's changed a lot of the dynamic of the offense of this team. We talked about that in the previous show. But it's changed the roles of some guys. And I think of a guy like Cooper Watts, who's kind of had to put himself, take on a different role, but he's done it. You can't do that with every kid, but you've got quality kids on this team that are
right. And we're thinking, Cooper is just coming on a little slower. Where he hurt he broke his leg in football, and then he rehabilitated, got back in and played, but he didn't get in the gym a whole lot, and he's a little bit behind where he was last year right now, but he's getting there. He's worked really hard in practice this week, and he's learning now how to jump stop and not walk with the ball and stuff, and God, he's so big and athletic, and he got that steal against Newcastle and went down and dunked it. So I said, Cooper, smile. I said, what if I got two big two-hand dunk the ball? I'll be grinning ear to ear. I said, and I think now he's just now working and playing, and it's going to take him a little longer than some of the others because of the injury.
That was an amazing sequence in that Newcastle game because Michael had this resounding block just inside the half court, went down, just this loud dunk. And it was almost like Newcastle still hadn't recovered, and then Coop steals the ball, and he does the same thing. It just epitomizes the athleticism of this team.
They're very athletic, and like I say, Cooper Robb, he's going to get better and better. I know Cooper is just coming out of football and is just getting going. He's really a good basketball player. I think he's really going to grow into that now. I think we're going to see him after Christmas really start blossoming and being I think he's going to be a good player.
And you get a couple of sophomores on this team that maybe don't get the publicity, maybe they don't get noticed, maybe they don't put up the big points every night. But Cam Fluker and Lorenzo Williams, just the roles that they play, they do some things that make this team go. And I saw it especially against Newcastle.
Well, Cal, our defense is predicated on ball pressure, and we got to have somebody guard the ball. Lorenzo right now is our best on-ball defender. And we've got to have a really good defender on the ball because that's where our defense starts, with the pressure on the guard. And Lorenzo is our best on-ball defender. He does a lot of things well. He shoots it well, he rebounds well, but the strength he brings to our team is his defense. And the reason he's starting is his defensive pressure on the ball. Cam he's a gym rat. He's a hard worker, gets to the gym all the time. But when he started playing against older guys so early, he developed horrible shooting habits. and really, he can use either hand, as Glenn Covington can. It's amazing to me to see Glenn Covington pick the ball up and fire a bullet right-hand pass full court, then make a bullet left-hand pass full court. And I never could do that. And Cam, he shoots some things right-handed. He shoots the set shot left-handed, and he's shooting off the dribble right-handed. Now, one of the hardest things that you can do in basketball is develop a jump shot off the dribble. That's why nowadays, Cal, it's so easy to play defense man-to-man because you got to guard the set three or the drive to the rim. Not many players have that mid-game. What makes Hollingsworth at Dunbar so good, he's got a mid-game. He can hit that 10, 12, 15-foot
It's kind of a lost art in basketball. Everybody wants to shoot the three, everybody wants to dunk. Nobody wants to shoot that mid-range jump.
I'll never forget Kevin Sampson coming to the gym here a few years ago, and he said, Billy, I just got back from LeBron. Kevin was coaching University of Indiana at that time. And he said, I just got back from the LeBron games up in Akron. He said, I could put on one hand the kids that had a pull-up jump shot. They either shot the set three or they went to the rim. And he said, and we were working on that, and we worked hard on that. And Cam, last night, he hit about 3 pull-up jumpers off the dribble. And that's the hardest thing to learn and get. And it's to tell you what such a work ethic he has, he's come that far that fast. He's still got a long way to go. I mean, because it just doesn't happen overnight like that, developing a pull-up jumper. We got guys, Peyton Shotwell's got a beautiful pull-up jumper. It's just something he's developed over the years. As Cam gets that, then Cam, it's going to open up a lot of doors for Cam, and it's going to open his whole game up once he gets where he can score off the dribble. Because then, even though we've been small, if he can beat you off the dribble, he can create that jump
hopefully
shot.
He still grows a little bit too.
Yeah. And even if he didn't, if he gets really good off the dribble, he can do it.
What's coming up in January that we have to look for on the schedule? Obviously going to have some big 42nd district games in there, but
well, we jump right into the frying pan in the fire right after Christmas on January the 3rd. We go to Oldham County. One of our former players, one of the finest kids we've ever had come through here. He played #1 trumpet in the band. He was an all-state basketball player. He made 30-some on the ACT.
Did he sell popcorn to have?
And he probably could have. He was at Corey's Houston. Comes from a wonderful family. And again, you know, Oldham County's lucky he went into coaching. 'Cause I imagine everybody says what a great teacher he is. And he's a heck of a basketball coach. He's got a really good team. As I know, as of yesterday, they won like 6, 7 straight games, and they won Georgetown College's team count this summer. And Corey is an excellent basketball coach, so we got to play them at Oldham County on the 3rd. Then we come back on the 6th, I think, with Henry Clay in a big district game here. So it gets interesting right off the bat.
It'll be fun. We look forward to it. We'll be back after the new year with the next edition of the Scott County Coaches Show. Thank you, Coach Hicks. Hope you all had a great holiday season. We'll see you on the sidelines.